Guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's makeup, I am doing a Valentine's Day fun pink makeup look. This is one out of 2 looks that I want to create for Valentine's. Today, for this look, I did something more traditional, like for me. I like to wear a lot of pink on Valentine's Day, so I did a pink makeup look. I hope you guys like the video, and please continue to watch if you want to see how to create this beautiful pink glam look. Foundation, we're going to be using the Armani Luminous Silk foundation in the shade 6.5. This does not match my face, obviously, but it matches my neck. So I'm going to use this foundation to match my face with my body. To pack that foundation into our skin, we're going to be using the Morphe E6 brush. And always get your foundation on your ear just so the colors match and so you don't have like a super different color ear versus your face. Then we're going to use our beauty blender just to pat in the foundation just so it really stays in our skin and lasts longer, and this will also help pick up any excess foundation on our skin so we aren't looking super cakey and it's more natural. For corrector, you guys already know I'm going to be using the Pearl Corrector, and I'm going to be doing a mixture of both of the colors. Apply that, I'm going to be using the Delium Tools 949 brush. It's like a beauty blender on a stick, so it really packs on that corrector. And then for concealer, I'm going to be going in with my favorite concealers, which are the Nars Radient Creamy concealers. I'm going to be using a mixture of ginger and custard, and we're just going to get that in a V shape and blend it out with the beauty blender. And then again, with those same concealer shades, we're going to be highlighting the rest of our face, which is going to be the center. To conceal my pimples that I've been so unlucky to have lately, I'm going to be using one of my favorite concealers ever. This is the Makeupforever Full Coverage Concealer. This is the best concealer for acne in my opinion, and then it's a little light for me, so I am going to be mixing it with the LA Girl HD or Pro Concealer in Fawn, and I just have the mixture on the back, so I'm just going to use my finger and just tap it where I need it. So my finger's just going to really warm up these thick products so they blend out nicely. And then for my cream contour, you guys already know what it is. This is the Makeupforever Pro Cream Contour, and I'm going to be using the Fenty brush to apply that and blend that out on my skin. And then I like to use the Beauty Blender just to really help blend that out. Like I said, it's blend, blend, blend always. Now we're going to do some cream bronzer just to help give us some warmth at the top. And we're going to go in with the Chanel Soleil de Tan bronzer. And to apply that, we're just going to use our foundation brush we did in the beginning, which is the Morphe E6. Alright, now we are going to set our face with powder, and as always, I'm going to be using the Mercier Translucent powder to set the highlighted portions of my face. And the brush I'm using is the Morphe E48 brush. To set the rest of my face, I'm going to be using the Airspun powder, and to do that I'm going to be using the MAC 137 brush just to get a really light dusting of that powder. And make sure you pat the areas where you applied that full coverage concealer on your acne, because you really don't want to sweep away that concealer. Even though we are using a very light fluffy brush, you just want to lightly pat that area. And to set that and to also make my face look less powdery, we are going to use the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This will bring the moisture back into your face, so you also won't feel as dry from the powder. Alright, so I did my brows off camera because I think that's really boring to watch. And now I thought I would show you how I do my concealer underneath my brows. Now we're going to take the Morphe M425 concealer brush, and we're just going to start by shaping out that brow with concealer, and then we're going to drag it down and blend it out. And to blend it out, we're going to be using the Delium Tools 949 brush like we did with the corrector. Now we are going to get started with the eyeshadows. So the first palette I'm going to reach into, which is my favorite, this is the Friendcation palette from Dose of Colors by Desi and Katie. This is like the best palette ever. If you guys don't have it, that kind of sucks because you're really missing out. But I'm going to reach into this shade right here, which is called Necessary. I'm going to be applying that shade into my crease using the Sigma Taper Blending E35 brush. I like to grab a clean blending brush that's maybe a bit softer as well, and just blend those edges. Next, we're going to add a bit more warmth into our crease, and we're going to be using the Urban Decay eyeshadow in Beware. To do that, we're going to be using the Real Techniques number 17 blending brush. Back with that clean blending brush, we are going to blend out that shade as well. Next, to add more depth and warmth to the eye makeup, we're going to be using Cocoa Bear eyeshadow from Makeup Geek, which is a beautiful brown red shade. And to do that, we're going to be using the Cosette S185 brush to really deepen that socket and to create an eye makeup that's really defined. Next, for the star of the show, we're going to be using the Tarte Sea Glass Rainforest of the Sea glitter eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Suit Life. This is such an amazing product. I love it. It's so easy to use, which is the best part. And we're going to be applying this all over our lid. Alright, I am back and I did this eye off camera, so now we're going to finish the eyeshadow on our bottom lashes and then we'll finish the eyes right after. So I'm now going to go back into the Friendcation palette from Dose of Colors, and we're going to take that shade called Necessary with that same E35 brush, and we're just going to sweep that all underneath our under eyes. And then taking Beware with that Real Techniques brush, we're going to sweep that again underneath our eyes. With the Makeup Geek Shadow Cocoa Bear, we're going to be using a pencil brush. We're going to sweep that right underneath our lashes, about halfway in. And then lastly for eyeshadow, just to help blend the shadow up here by the brow bone, we're going to take my very loved eyeshadow, which you can hardly see. This is from Makeup Geek, and this is called Creme Brulee. And I'm going to be using Sigma E25. Now we're going to move on to eyeliner, and I'm going to do a smudgy liner on top using the MAC Kohl liner in the shade Teddy. And to smudge it out, I'm going to use the Morphe M515 brush. To tightline, to add more depth to our eyes, I'm going to be using the Too Faced Perfect Black Waterproof Eyeliner. And for mascara, you can use whatever mascara you want, but I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs. I've really been liking this so far, so I'm going to apply this off camera. Alright, so the eyes are all done except for lashes. We'll do that later. But now we're going to move on to finishing the face. So now we're going to go into bronzer, and I'm going to be using one of my favorite bronzers ever. This is the Bobbi Brown bronzer in Golden Light. This is a beautiful color. And the brush I'm going to be applying that with is the Morphe M509. Next, we're going to contour our face, and I'm going to be using the Sleek Contour Kit in Light. So this is going to be my first time using this brush. I don't know how it's going to go, but we'll see. This is the Morphe M448. It's pretty nice. I mean, it's fluffy, so it isn't going to create a super harsh contour, which I like. And also blend that contour upward just because it is more natural, like in photos and just in general when you do have it blending upward too. For blush, we are going to do more on the pink side. So now we're going to go in with Madly first. And this is a neutral blush, so any neutral blush that matches your skin tone, go ahead and use. And then on the center of the cheeks, we're going to do more of a pop of color. And I'm going to use the Nars blush right here in Gaiety, which is a really bright bluish pink. So with that same brush, I'm just going to lightly pat it on the cheeks right here. Now we are going to do some highlighter, and I'm going to keep with the theme and keep it pink. So this highlighter I'm using is from Wet n Wild, and it's called Precious Petals. And I don't want a lot because I don't want to blind people. I just want more of a glow. And just down the nose a bit. And then, of course, I can never highlight without adding the Chanel highlighter on top. So with that same brush, we are going to dip into Ivory Gold from Chanel. We're going to place that right on top. And I like to take it down the nose again and then on top of my lip. The very last thing I'm going to do for my face is to contour my nose and my bottom lip. And this by far is the best contour in my opinion. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow Face Sculpt and Highlight palette, and this is the fair to medium shade. Right in this part where it's curved, that's where I'm going to start. And then I'm just going to bring the product down on the side of my nose. And then I'm going to go right underneath my lip. So for eyelashes, I'm going to be using the Sephora House of Lash collection in... So they look like that. They're just really pretty natural fluffy eyelashes. So I'm going to put these on off camera and then I will come back and we will finish our lips. We are going to move on to our lips, which is the very last thing to do. And I'm going to line my lips with this NYX eyeliner lip pencil in the shade Natural. And then for a lipstick, I'm going to just do a regular tube lipstick because in Arizona my lips are so dry. If you want to use a liquid lipstick, go for it. But I'm going to use this one. And this is from the Ellie Goulding limited edition from MAC. And this is in this shade Without Your Love. So this is the completed makeup look. I hope you guys really liked how this turned out, and if you guys do recreate this look, please tag me in your social media, send me some pics in my DMs. My Instagram will be linked in the bottom description bar below. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel and watching this makeup look, and I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day, and look out for the next video I will be making on another V-Day look. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!